So here we are in our next iteration of the England Gambit, which is possibly one of the worst defenses that a person can play. And in this case, the person declined, trying to get aggressive. He took the pawn to begin with and then tried to gently get into some sort of easier positional advantage. And we're going to show you how that doesn't work. And immediately go to the game. Once again, we're against somebody 2100 plus. Already the engines don't like what I'm doing. Interesting, Stockfish 8 says bishop to g5 is the best move. This engine says bishop to f4. And this is what he did. Now this offers white literally no advantage. What this amounts to is this is a positional player who is acting very cowardly. This is one of the worst ways I can imagine. Why not just play e4, for instance? Okay, so knight on b to d2, so it's recommended. Maybe he's using an engine. I see some of these engine moves are the number one moves being made here. Castles, yep, number one move again. Alright, castle queenside. Engine says knight to d4, and he plays c6. So we're going for quiet positional attacking, which is a little different. Why he exchanges, don't know. He's going for an attack of some sort on my b7 pawn. So now the computer wants me to move c6, which is a strange way of defending. Instead I attack. The correct thing to do is defend with a knight, which he does not do. In the beginning of the failings of this position, I move h5. Computer wanted me to simply move knight to e7. And now he attacks with the bishop. I defend. It's just very important that we get our defenses completely in order here. The computer wants me simply to move queen to f6 as the best move, and I move to e4, which, as it changes its mind, says, okay, that's equally good. Now it's threatening a check, which may or may not have consequences, but it's covered now anyway. So, what is really going on here? Does he have an attack? Does he not have an attack? As soon as I get an h4, the game's going to be over. Computer says he needs to retreat. Instead, he moves his f-pawn, further weakening his kingside position. I move queen to g6, number one computer move. Now it says he has to move rook to d1. And that is no doubt because the rook is in a place his king's going to have to run to. He moves bishop to e2, and we prematurely sack. And the reason this is premature is that we need to take time to remove another defender here. In other words, we can glom up the works for white a little more by playing c5 first, which is a superior move, and the computer's quite right about that. Now all he has to do is move queen to c2. He's only lost a pawn, and it's not that horrifying. However, he takes my bishop, and now he's completely lost. And what's interesting about the end of this game is the fact that the computer, I believe, at this point is going to find a mate somewhere. Yeah, there it is, mate in 10 from bishop to h3. I'm not good enough to do mates in 10 over the board generally, so I bridge a rook. Now we'll see how long it takes the computer to decide that this is just as good, or there's another iteration of it as well. I guess now it's not as good. So he can move bishop to d3 and thwart my rook to g6. However, I'm still going to crush him, so he moves rook to f2. I check. He comes here. Now it says mate in 9. Okay, let's see. Yep, I'm getting all the right moves. King to h8, mate in 5, it finds. We'll see if I get the correct move. Yep, there it is. Now it says mate in 4 if he sacks all his pieces and things. And I believe that this was just the end of the game instead. So this was a Budapest Gambit gone to bad, where somebody moved too many pawns in front of their king and allowed me to attack while they thought they actually had an attack. Sorry, this is England Gambit. Sorry.